So thought I'd take a foliage tour instead of playing with cars today. It's Columbus Day. Big traffic jam in town, construction work going on. But the hills are nice and stuff, but this is normally a cornfield. I'm not sure what they planted this year. There's corn over there. Anyways, instead of doing the easy way, just driving around looking at pretty leaves, I'm going to make it a little more dangerous. We're going to take it up over a Hurricane Mountain Road, and you'll get to see how terrible that road is. I'm going to take the old Dodge Magnum Hemi powered super wagon, and it's got this shifter here where if you downshift it, you just slap the shifter sideways, and every time you do, you go down one gear and you can go up one gear this way. And so there's the camera mount right on the dashboard, and I'm going to hook that up, and I'll start filming at the base of Hurricane Mountain Road. And well, here we are at the base of Hurricane Mountain. No cars coming. I'll get on Hurricane Mountain Road and we'll proceed. Oh no, the road is closed. Weekdays, access from the Bartlett end. Oh, well, that sucks. I guess they're logging up there. They don't want people running into logging trucks. So I gotta go around, try from the other side. Okay, so here we are at the other end of Hurricane Mountain Road. I think we're in Intervale, New Hampshire, but we're gonna be in Bartlett before too long. The other side was Chatham, New Hampshire. And this is just the first of many hills. It gets easier after this one. Base of the mountain. But I figured the foliage is probably pretty on this part too, so I just hope this video isn't too long, because it takes forever to upload on YouTube. Out for pedestrians crossing. Oh, looks like there's traffic ahead. I hope they're all taking the Intervale road. I don't want to follow anybody up the mountain. Take that turn. There you go. And what does this say? Road not suitable for large vehicles. Alright, I believe that. Fishing or something down there. Or hiking. I think there's a hiking trail here somewhere. Yep, that was that. Sign ahead. I think it says that the road is closed up the top of the mountain. It says weekdays, daily road closure, trailhead closed September 1st, weekdays starting August 16th. Here's where it starts getting tricky. Steep winding road next 4 miles, and there's a gate ahead. I hope the gate isn't closed. Oh, looks like it's open, so we can get to the top, turn around and come back down. Hey, I think we're in Conway. sign. The corner or how fast they're coming around that corner, because it's hard to slow down. Usually you pass a car going the opposite direction and you can smell the brakes burning. I think this is where I had an incident with my 57 Chevy. I managed to stop it. I put it sideways and drifted into a side of the road and stopped there. I was going way too fast and I couldn't slow the thing down. It was getting away from me. Now there's the place where I slid sideways off the road. Had plenty of place to slide into. Busy today, but there is a lot of traffic out today because of the holiday. Christopher Columbus discovered Ohio or something. I came up here with an old Ford one time and I couldn't make it one of the hills, so I tried to turn around. I got sideways in the road and I couldn't go forward without going off the edge, so I had to jack up the front of the car, push it off the jack 2 or 3 times to get pointed downhill again. Okay, go off the road. I got a nice shoulder there for people that want to get off the road, at least on this side. That side not so much. So my niece Rhonda got chased by the cops up here one time. Wow, we must be at the top. But it came from the opposite direction, from Chatham. And sure there's a lot of people up here. Wonder how far I can go. It looks like this is probably where I have to stop. So it goes downhill from here, and I think it's closed. So like I was saying, Rhonda and her friend Kimmy accepted a ride from a guy, and he was going a little too fast, and the cops started chasing him. So he thought he could lose him. Back where I showed you, where I started this thing, is what used to be a cornfield. So he headed out through the cornfield and mowed down a lot of corn. But the cops stayed right with him. Of course, that's where the main cop, and shortly after that cornfield, you get into New Hampshire. But the cop didn't care. He was still going to write him up for what he was doing in Maine, so he kept after him. And they came up Hurricane Mountain Road, and my niece and her friend to keep hollering at the guy to stop and let them out, but he wouldn't do it. He wanted to keep going. So he might have been able to outrun the cop, but he couldn't outrun the radio. And right about here somewhere is where they had the roadblock. And so New Hampshire cops took him away. And fortunately for my niece and her friend, my niece worked night shift at a convenience store in town. And that cop used to come in all the time for coffee at night. She'd give him free coffees, and he was always hitting on her. So when she explained that she didn't want to do that, he decided he'd let her go. So he took her and her friend back towards Freiburg and let the New Hampshire cop take the driver after he wrote him up some tickets. And I don't know what happened to him in New Hampshire, but he had to go to court in Maine. And Rhonda got let off easy. Okay, time to put that slap shifter to work. Gotta go down a couple of gears. Okay. See, no brakes. The old Hemi's slowing me down. Destroyed one of my wire hubcaps, but it didn't hurt the body any. I guess that's as low as it goes, and I keep trying to downshift it, and I can't do it any further down, so I guess we're in the lowest gear we possibly could be in. Accelerates pretty quick when you're in that gear. Sharp bend with an angle and a twist. Yeah, so if you're just dependent on your brakes, by this time your brakes are hot and they quit working. So I try not to rely on the brakes when I go over this road. Somebody was killed going down the other side. I guess it was on a weekend when the road was open. Guy crashed his motorcycle. His girlfriend on the back was killed. Can't see much foliage from here. The trees are too close. Gate ahead, 500 feet. That's the rock I bounced off of with the Buick. Here's the gate. And we're home free. Pretty much. Kick it down. Kick it down. Hurricane Mountain Road, at least on the Bartlett side, or the Conway side. Now I gotta fight my way back through traffic to get home. South Road, what an original name that is. It's sort of a bypass for the town of North Conway. They were going to reroute Route 16 to go around the town, and the town said, no way, we're going to give up Route 16. So they put their own bypass in and left Route 16 right through the middle of town, so all the tourists and all the traffic will stop there at McDonald's and Burger King and all those other Wendy's and Applebee's, just about everybody. 99 restaurant, they have pretty good steaks there. And they put in these two, they call them roundabouts, I guess. When I lived in Massachusetts, they called them rotaries. But the rotaries was always bigger than this. And the first one in gets the right of way. Seems to work okay. It's better than traffic lights, I guess. Unless you got a long line like this in front of you. That's the Walmart over there to the left. And that's why there's a lot of traffic coming out of there. Holding things up going this way. I think we're headed south. I think that's the north side of the north-south road. This is the south end. Slow lane. Those two lanes have to merge after we go around the corner. I usually have a problem with people trying to pass on the right way past the merge point. Most of the time they're out-of-state drivers, because the people who live around here aren't quite so pushy, because it's easy to drive around here. They don't have to fight their way through traffic, at least not very often. Ahead of me at this merge point, I let them go ahead of me. But if they're behind me and coming up on the right, I don't give them room. I gotta let this guy go. He's just too damn slow. Guess he thought I was gonna fake him out because he's from Massachusetts, and that's what people do in Massachusetts. But right around here is where they chicken out and back off. Like the foliage, it's not really peak yet, but if you want to see another one, there's a place in Conway called the Kancamagus Highway. It's 30 miles through the mountains. Not as bad as the Hurricane Mountain Road. It was built Depression, at the end of the Depression, when the government made a bunch of make-work jobs, and they made a road that went from Conway, New Hampshire to Lincoln, New Hampshire, over the mountains, and I'm not sure what mountain. But it's got some pretty sharp turns. It's a lot wider than this, isn't it? You can drive a lot faster than this. Mustang on a trailer. So let me know in the comments if you want to see the Kankamogus Highway at peak foliage, and I'll take a ride up there with the camera on my dashboard. This is the East Conway Road. Out in Chatham if you keep going, or turn down that road that I started on, and that takes you right back into Freiburg. It's the river road because it crosses the Saco River. Video to be too long to upload, so I'm gonna just keep shutting the camera off and then back on again, so I have short clips. I can leave out some of them if I have to.